Hey everyone, we've just wrapped up recording the next about 4 months worth of episodes. So I want to give you a quick update on the state of the podcast and things like that. First of all, as you might have noticed from the logo at the intro, we've rebranded. As many of you know, we started this podcast as a healthcare technology and healthcare data science podcast. So we called it Pod of Asclepius. And over the last year or so, we've merged a little bit more in sort of the more general scientific reasoning, critical thinking, and data science topics. So, I was looking at the old title, Pod of Asclepius, and thinking, what is this thing missing? Why is there some weird disconnect between what we're talking about now and the name of this title? And it then occurred to me, obviously, I know what the title is missing. It was missing a conjunction. So now we're called Data and Science. We're the Data and Science podcast, and that's pretty much what we're going to continue talking about. Pretty much everything that we were talking about before. We're going to be, remain focused on data science, critical scientific thinking, and how we can be applying that as data analysts, data scientists, and the like, or just generally scientists. And I'm really excited because I've really been enjoying the philosophy of data science series that we've been working on and the conversations that has been bringing up. Now, on that topic, philosophy of data science. The next, I have probably about a dozen episodes on our next theme in the philosophy of data science, which is going to be on the topic of science versus pseudoscience, which is a very interesting, it's not a cut and dry topic. There's a lot of interesting thoughts on it. And I have about a dozen episodes recorded on this topic in areas surrounding it, like on first-person data or first-person methods, and the different schools of thought on what delineates science from pseudoscience, and then even if a delineation is possible. On the science versus pseudoscience topic, we'll be having plenty of new faces and also plenty of familiar ones. Andrew Gelman, Deborah Mayo, Megan Higgs, Kevin Zollman, and a great many others. So again, we're starting to build, I think, a bit of a community here where we're having, familiar faces coming back on the show, and then plenty of new people as well. I'm also going to start sprinkling in episodes on a topic that I think is really interesting, the issue of scientific progress and what it means to make scientific progress in different scientific disciplines, whether or not there are consistencies between the way that different scientists view making progress in their field and where they fundamentally differ. Because I think that different scientific disciplines really they reward different approaches in order to make fundamental contributions. And while we might have many similarities, there are also fundamental differences in the strategies that people employ in order to make great leaps forward. So we're going to be bringing on not just statisticians and data scientists, but engineers, computer scientists, life scientists, physical scientists. They're not even people who are particularly in the computational sciences. And try to see really what are the commonalities and what are the differences in how people approach really advancing their own field. And as a final point, as you'll see in the upcoming episodes, I've made a concerted effort to start improving the production quality of this podcast and to bring it up to true podcasting standards. Most especially for the audio and video components. So I've hired a dedicated audio editor. I know that my voice is annoying, but there's no reason why we should let that be an excuse not to work on all the other sounds and making this as nice as possible for your ears. So it's going to be a little bit of a not completely perfect upward trajectory because the episodes aren't recorded in perfect order, but at the same time, we are trying to episode over episode, make improvements, make tweaks. And what would be really appreciated, because obviously I only have a certain number of headphones, certain number of computers on which to test these things. If you could provide comments for specific videos, what went well with the audio, what didn't go well with the audio, I'd really appreciate it if you could contribute those extra data points so that we can learn and improve and make this as nice of a listening and viewing experience as possible. So I think that while the quality of the conversations has been very good on the podcast, I would always like to be improving the quality of the audio that we present, at least to the extent that we have control over it. So yeah, if you could just let me know how those things are going, specific to any individual video. I've made notes on my side, so we can start tweaking things to get a better experience. So I'm looking forward to these conversations that are coming up, and I hope you enjoy them. The first one, I think, will be coming out in about 2 days' time. So I look forward to showing you what we've come up with. Happy listening. Hey guys, it's Glenn. Thanks for your time today. I hope you liked today's episode. If you did, please consider smashing that like button. It's the single, simplest, fastest way to make sure that YouTube shows this video to more people. If you really want to go crazy, consider subscribing or going to our website and joining the mail list. If you want to go totally crazy beyond that, forward this to a friend or colleague who you think might enjoy this too. We're a small channel and every bit helps. Our next episode will be coming out next week, so in the meantime, feel free to look around the channel and see other videos that might be of interest. As a quick disclaimer, the views expressed in the show do not represent anything other than the people saying those words, views, etc. like that. It doesn't mean anything about their employers or their employers' views or some thing about their employers or their neighbor's cat or anyone else not saying the words. And in fact, given that people tend to change their views when they're thoughtful enough, it might not even represent the views of the speaker by the time you're hearing the episode. So definitely come back and see if they've changed their views at a later date. They also don't represent the views of our sponsors. Thank you to our sponsors. You can check them out on our website.